People often ask me, Pastor Greg here, why plant so many churches? Well, first off, do you realize that right now there's about 5 billion people in the world who do not know Jesus Christ? Some figures have it at 5 plus, about 5.5 billion. Whichever stat you want to use from recognizable leaders, that's a lot of people. And we know one of the most effective way to reach people for Jesus Christ, if not the most effective, is to plant churches, to plant healthy, evangelical, multiplying churches. Let me give you an example of one of the things we do at GGM. Beyond all the churches that we start through our evangelistic festivals, and then our follow-up team helps plant those churches from the incredible responses that we're seeing by God's grace, we also start churches through the Jesus Film. We go out to various villages in the Middle East and some other places too, including here in the United States, various cities, and we start churches. We find out where there's a gap and there's not as many churches that are evangelical in a region, and we target those areas. And sometimes, especially in our international works, but even domestically, we will show the Jesus Film put out by Campus Crusade for Christ, very professional film. So many of you have seen that. And we will explain the gospel and then pop up the film, because people like to watch movies, and they'll see the movie out of the Gospel of Luke on the nature and life and miracles and teaching, the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And when people see that, there's a way that their heart gets gripped. And for example, right now, as of today in November, we've had about 88 additional churches just done like that over the last couple years. And it's pretty amazing. We'll usually see about 4 a month started that way. And I just want to thank the Lord for giving us that incredible opportunity to plant churches and think through the Great Commission. Basically it's to make disciples by going, baptizing, and teaching, as we see at the end of Matthew 28. Make disciples by going, baptizing, and teaching them the Word of God. And I thank the Lord that with GGN we're able to do that, both on smaller levels and on large levels. And in most villages or cities around the United States even, but most villages internationally, we see an incredible response, because when they see Jesus in film, it moves from their idea of what Jesus may be, that when they're told, if they do have a Bible, which many don't, and as they read, we don't want to create a false image, but the Jesus Film presents an idea of what Jesus may have looked like, and most importantly, what he did biblically. God bless you. Pray for the Jesus Film outreach as we continue to move forward and see more churches and more people touched and changed by the gospel of Jesus Christ.
We are currently at $12,006 out of our $110,000 goal. You can give online at graceglobalnetwork.org. You can also contact Gary Rogers for stock transfers. And then finally, you can mail money in to the location on the screen.